So, could the Denver Broncos poach a division rival? Things are not going very well out in Las Vegas. The Raiders are an absolute joke right now. Davante Adams informed the team this morning that he would prefer to be traded. This all started last year, at the beginning of last year, when the Raiders decided to move on from Derek Carr, Davante Adams' good friend and college quarterback, the whole reason why Adams left Green Bay to go to the Raiders to begin with. There was no communication with Adams about that situation. Josh McDaniels didn't inform Adams that Derek Carr was going to get benched or cut, and that left a bad taste in Davante's mouth. The Raiders ultimately went out, signed Jimmy Garoppolo as a free agent in 2023. Davante Adams was very vocal about his displeasure with his quarterback situation, literally saying that he signed off on the Raiders benching Jimmy Garoppolo for Aiden O'Connell midway through last year. Obviously, firing Josh McDaniels only helped things temporarily with Davante Adams because now he is upset with the team once again. The Raiders started off the season 1-2. They ended up losing to the Carolina Panthers, and Davante Adams then popped up with this mysterious hamstring injury in practice. I got a feeling that this injury was not really an injury. This is him voicing his displeasure with the organization. Well, the Raiders fired right back, and Antonio Pierce liked to post on Instagram insinuating that Davante Adams has played his last down with the Raiders. And Davante went on the Kay Adams show this morning and said that he hasn't heard from the Raiders since it went public that Antonio Pierce liked that post. Now, we get this report from Ian Rappaport that he has officially told the team that he wants to be traded. Do I think Davante Adams is going to get traded? Yes, I do. Do I think that he's going to get traded to the Denver Broncos? No way, man. The Raiders are not going to do business with their hated division rival. It's the same reason why I feel like he's not going to end up in Kansas City. I see the media entertaining Davante Adams to Kansas City, but that's not going to happen. I got a feeling that Davante has already pinpointed his destination, and it's no big secret either. He wants to go to the New York Jets. He wants to essentially right his wrong here and go reunite with Aaron Rodgers. Or I could even see a scenario, maybe he would want to go back to Green Bay, but I don't think Green Bay is a realistic situation for him. I think that the New York Jets, they know that this is the year where they've got to figure it out and they've got to make the playoffs at bare minimum. At maximum, they've got to make some noise in the playoffs. They view this as a championship or bust season. They're 2-2. Obviously, they are coming off of that ugly loss to the Denver Broncos. I think that Davante Adams would solve some of their offensive woes. Not all of them, but certainly some of them. And this feels like where Davante has wanted to go ever since the Raiders moved on from Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. It wasn't going to happen last year, but now with Davante making so much noise, I think it's going to happen. Do I think that Davante Adams is a headache or a diva receiver? No, I don't. I think that the Raiders promised him certain things, and then they didn't guarantee those promises. They ultimately gave him a crappy quarterback situation for the last 2 years, and I don't blame him for wanting out. He was brought to Las Vegas to reunite with his college quarterback, Derek Carr, his good friend off the field, Derek Carr. And ultimately, the Raiders decided to move on from Carr 1 year in without even communicating that to Davante Adams. Adams felt blindsided, and after having to play a year with Jimmy Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell, he can see that the Raiders' quarterback situation this year with Gardner Minshew is maybe only slightly upgraded. He also knows that he's only got a couple years left of his prime. He's already kind of starting to dip off a little bit. So I really feel like Davante Adams wants to go to a situation where he can win a championship and where he can get the most out of the final good years of his career. And he wants to go and reunite with the quarterback that he's got all kinds of chemistry with. New Orleans isn't a realistic option with Derek Carr, so you got to go back with Aaron Rodgers. That is where Davante Adams ultimately is going to end up, I feel like. Ian Rappaport says that there are scenarios where Davante could remain a Las Vegas Raider, but Right now, I think Davante is reading the writing on the wall here, and he can tell that Las Vegas is not going to be in position to win a championship anytime soon, and he wants to take advantage of those last few years of his career and go back to his old quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. So, no, I don't think Davante Adams is going to come to Denver. He would be a great fit, but it's not going to happen. There's no realistic path for Davante Adams to be traded to an AFC West rival. I think the New York Jets is ultimately going to be the team where Davante Adams ends up. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below. If it's not the New York Jets, where do you think Davante Adams will ultimately get traded? Because I don't think he's going to remain a Raider. I don't. Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.